G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here watching the Malians of Kiljardi face off against Beastyqt Ayyubid, an absolute banger of a match. Two of the best players in the world. Of course, Beasty, you'd be well and truly familiar with him. Kiljardi on the other side currently sits at about rank, I don't know, 36, 37, somewhere around there. He's pretty damn good though, and I think that's going to be the big question. Is he going to be able to overcome the Beast in today's game? So let's get on into it, because we're on... I was going to call it Golden Heights. I don't think this is Golden Heights, Stronger. This is Golden Pit. We've got a lot of gold maps. Got a lot of gold colors. Take a look at that. And I guess if you're enjoying the golden content, make sure you leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Now, I think the big thing I want to focus on this game is what does Beasty do as the Ayyubids? Because as you guys might know, the Ayyubids are kind of good. One of the top civilizations in the game at the moment. The Malians, of course, are quite good as well. I actually played up against a Malian player on the ladder the other day. I think he was like a Conqueror 2, Conqueror 3 player, but I tell you what, I was pretty impressed. They have a lot of units. That's the big thing with the Malians, right? Like, it just feels like an explosion of units, man. It's like 1 second there's nothing, and then it doesn't stop, man. There's so many units, and I think that's part of their power, right? It's just that 1 TC power spike. And I'm curious how Beasty's gonna deal with that, because as the Ayyubids, you got a lot of options available to you. You're the Abbasid dynasty variant civilization, so oh gosh, 1 sheep. Look how much of the map he's covered, and he's only got 1 sheep. 2 sheep will do. All right, we'll take that. Hopefully there's a couple more hiding back here for him to collect. There we go. There's a double over here, so he won't come up too empty-handed. But you got a lot of options as the Ayyubid, as the Abbasid variant. So I would be suspecting he probably goes into some sort of castle age timing, but I guess the reality is you can never know against the Malians. You know, does he just opt for a 2 TC and play feudal instead? That could be an option. I think the biggest thing to be scared of is just letting the Malian player get away doing Malian things. You just don't want to let them do Malian things, and that's often one of the things that I talk about whenever I'm doing my coaching over on Patreon. Is I'm saying you want to try and get in the other person's game plan, right? You come into a game, you've got a game plan. In the Malians' case, it is I'm going to chill for 10 minutes and then I'm going to make a lot of units. And for the Ayyubids, it might just be, well, I want to just mess with that. I don't want that happening. So what does he go for? Is he going to go military wing? Is it going to be eco wing? I'm going to go with military wing. Let's have a look and see. Eco wing. So he's going for an eco wing opening with the growth. So looking to pick up 3 villages and orchards, sorry, gaining 50 food. You know, it's funny, when it comes to words, you see words and it's pronounced orchard, but sometimes I'm like, is it pronounced orchid? My mum, she used to love, I mean, she probably still does, she loves orchids, like they're these plant. And I think they need like humidity or something, because I remember when we were younger, she had this big greenhouse that she'd put them in. She'd always say, Drongo, I'm going out to water the orchids, be good. That's what she'd say. Oh God, and then the custard incident happened. All right, you guys want to hear a story? I know we're 3 minutes into this game, and you guys probably want to know about like the Manticore going down, but how about I give you a story, all right? Check this one out. All right, young Drongo, 7 years old. I got a younger sister. She's 2 years younger than me, so she was 5 at the time. All right, and so my mum goes outside. She's like, she yells out. She says, "I'm going out to water the orchids. You guys be good." So we're being good. We're eating custard, my sister and I. And my sister gets some custard on her spoon, puts her finger on the tip of the spoon, and prepares to launch it. She looks at me and she says, "Do you dare me to do it?" And I tell her, "No, Sister Drongo, don't do it. Don't do it." And she does it. She flicks it. She flings it and it lands on the back of the couch. And before I could even put my mouth, my jaw, to the bottom of the floor, she screams at the top of her lungs, "Drongo!" Oh, no, what she screamed, sorry. "Drongo put custard on the couch!" She screamed it so loud, and my mum comes storming in, and she says, "Drongo, what did you do?" And I said, "It wasn't me. It was my sister, Sister Drongo." And my mum says, "Drongo, I can't believe you've done this. I'm not kidding you." She went to the kitchen, she got a wooden spoon, and she smacked my ass so hard, she broke the spoon. I laugh about it now, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, that right there is like, if people ask, like, "Do you get along with your sister?" And I'm just like, this right here is like pretty much how my life was for the up until I moved out and went on deployment when I was 21. Like, my life was like that with my sister. It wasn't a fun relationship. I suspect a lot of you guys probably had similar relationships with your sisters. So look, I learned a lot of things from that. Hopefully you guys have been entertained from that. But, you know, if it came down to what's the lesson I learned from that? Number one, children lie. That's the big one. But number two is, look, try not to hit your kids with spoons. So hard. God, I can't believe how hard she did. You know, the worst part is the whole time my sister, I still remember she was in the hallway and she was laughing at me. Oh, man, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But look, that's the way it is, isn't it? Anyway, let's get into it. That's enough story time with Drongo. We got ourselves a second TC coming down from the Beast. No real surprise here. Early wheelbarrow coming through as well. Naturally, after going into that eco wing, we are going to see a little bit longer of a feudal age position. If it was a military wing, you'd expect he'd go into the castle age. So naturally, I think this is the right call for him. But you can see that Kiljardi has attempted as much as he can to disrupt these deer, but he's quickly realized, you know what, it's just probably not worth it. So he's going to do a little bit of sieging here. And I'm curious to see whether he puts pressure on this position, because already we begin to see what Kiljardi is up to. The archery range has come down, but he is very heavy on gold. Look at this. He is he is all in right now on cows. He is cow booming like a madman. I don't think I've ever seen a man boom as hard as this man is booming with cows. This is ludicrous, because he's only just putting up the pit mine now. He didn't rush the houses up in the transition period. This is a bit of a slow pit mine. These cows, on the other hand, he is going absolute balls to the walls with this. So this is going to be good. Have a look at this in the middle of the map. Could you look at the way that the golds are put in? It looks like someone's just come in and just been like, 2 golds, 2 golds, 2 golds, 2 golds. You missed one. There should be one here if you wanted to get it right. Beasty going for a third TC. Fair enough. What has Beasty seen that he thinks he can get away with this? Because I don't think the scout's been on the other side of the map. I think it was just over. Did he see everything? I don't know how much Beasty saw. And I think that's the part that I still don't like about spectator mode, or I guess caster mode for Age of Empires 4 is I can see where Beasty's been, but I've got no clue where he's been. I don't know what he's seen. Like, we look at the base, there's nothing. We don't see any resources on the map. And it's kind of wild to me that this game's been out for 2 years and we still have this issue. And I still have to, you know, I don't even talk about it anymore, because it's just like, what's the point? The devs aren't going to fix it. It's going to be 2046. I'll still be casting Age of Empires 4 games. And I'll be like, oh, you guys remember the good old days where I tell you a story about my sister? Well, yep. Anyway, still can't see this stuff. Beastie chilling at the front of the base. He's having a bit of a squiz. Let's see how he goes. And now on that front side, already the javelin thrower coming out. Beastie gonna have to fall back towards this. Isn't this interesting how he went out aggressively initially? Oh, he's gonna commit to it as well. Single javelin thrower for the moment. Scout also gonna be coming out. Beastie will be falling back, and Kiljardi looking to get aggressive. We see the racks coming out, moving into Musofadi. Now, why the Musofadi? There's nothing that you can make from the Ayyubid perspective. Is he expecting a castle age coming through right now? I mean, this is the classic case of you make counters for what you see, not for what you think. But even in this situation, even what you think, like what you think he's going to go castle and then make armored units and you're just preparing? Like, why not just go Donzos? I think he must be fearful of Gulams. It must be the case. All right, now starting to push out though. Hasn't spotted that third TC just yet. Kiljardi beginning to make his way through. Outpost is up, so Beastie sits safe for a little bit. So the question is going to be how much longer. Javelin throws getting off a nice little shot. Beastie yet to lose a single villager. That pit mine towards the north has been completely encompassed. And have a look at this. He's gone off very, very quickly. He's gone into the cows and then he's just stopped at 9 cows. That's it. Not looking for that castle age. Is this because he knows that Beastie's gone more greedy and he just thinks he can find a nice little timing here for it? I think that could be the case. Instead of going into that castle age, which is very common, then look at this. It's exactly what we see. Siege engineering going to be coming through here. Beastie throwing up a little wall. Have a look at this. Nice little wall from the town center into the rocky little cliffside right there. More units continuing to come out though. It's going to be a third archery range together with a second racks now coming up. Donzo's finally going to get swung into play now here as well. Expect to see that battering ram coming down shortly. He's got 193 wood in the bank at the moment. Town center. Look at that awkward little position. Very nice wall there by Beastie. This position is very awkward because he wants to come around the back and look to abuse, but that single wall is going to stop him from doing it. Very, very, very smart on that positioning. Let's check in and see how Kiljardi is doing as it's 21 military up against 1. Beasty hasn't even dropped military production just yet. It's only coming down now. The double racks in the back of the base. The age up is through though. He did go into that age up. It's going to be the culture wing advancement and straight away into the double rack. So look at that Kiljardi. Very, very smart. You know, it's quite funny because I literally just mentioned we don't make counters for what we think. We make counters for what we see. But Kiljardi is just so much ahead of the curve right now. He knows what Beasty is up to. He knows that it's going to be a castle age that comes through. The first of the rams are out. The second ram's coming through. He continues to add in more javelin throwers, up to 19 now. Keep in mind the javelin thrower does 9 damage a pop. So you're talking about almost 180 damage right there just from these javelin throwers. Now keep in mind the Gulams do quite a bit of, or we've got quite a bit of health. But let's see exactly how much power Kiljardi's going to be able to exert here as Beasty now reaches the castle age. Second battering ram is up. He should almost certainly get this town center and look to shut down this position. We'll need to fall back away from this. The villagers do get a free volley. Almost got a free second one in there. In fact, I think they did get a free second one. That was a little bit of a weird bug right there. But they do manage to get out another volley, and now Musafadi together with the Donzo is going to start sieging down. And have a look at this. The javelin throwers find their first victim. Second victim not going to be going down. Manages to jump inside first. And now the villagers on the front line. Kiljardi looking to pick them off. Beautifully done by Beasty. Manages to get them out the back. Two more will go down. He's taken out 3 so far, but keep in mind there's a 3 TC play coming through. So one town center is down, but Beasty does have a second one that he can fall back to. Outpost now under threat. Needs to make sure he keeps his units close by near these battering rams. Does not want to lose them to these villagers that are now looking to escape towards the country. Down towards that south side, plenty of villagers on the gold. A little bit of food down here on the south side as well. Keep in mind there is a boar there, but obviously not going to be able to look to take use of them. 195 health on these Gulams. Remember, they've got that double attack, but only 10 attack. Now Kiljardi looking to push up against Beasty. Beasty with the mangonel down. Kiljardi could be walking into a trap. Beasty just about to finish it. Will manage to get it off. It looks like they've all come through, and he's looking to try and focus it down. The Manjanique gets off a magnificent shot. Absolutely cleans house. Takes out, how many is that? 5, 6? Meanwhile, all the melee units do come through. Mangonel goes a little bit wide, and now those Gulams will be dealt with by the javelin throwers. But I tell you what, that Manjanique did some absolute magical work right there. Gulams running, escaping as far as they can. No units in queue at the moment for Beasty. 5 Gulams on the field, 3 Gulams on the field. It's starting to look like Beasty may have picked off more than he could chew early on in this game. More javelins now starting to come out. He's chased away these villagers. Unfortunately, he didn't see where they went. He's only been able to track down a couple of buildings. Meanwhile, behind this, we start to see the battering rams working down each of these buildings. More villagers coming out now. Look at this Beasty pulling out the villagers. He's got no choice left but to bring the villagers to the fore. 41 economic units at the moment. I think that's 41 villagers. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think cows are included in that. And somehow these javelins have been taken out. The villagers just... look at the villagers go. Beasty has got the textile upgrade through. He says, we don't care about your javelins, my friend. We've got villagers. We got shivs. And he manages to hold for the moment, but the units will continue to build 13 minutes through. Kiljardi still about 20 villagers behind his opponent. But let's take a look at the eco numbers and see exactly where he sits. About 2,100, 2,200 income a minute compared over to Beasty, who sits at about 1,500, 1,600. So definitely advantage sits with our Malian player at the moment. Now, granted, Beasty hasn't really been gathering in this last minute. He's faced a lot of idle time, and now another Manjanique will be coming down. But so far, a high-octane game early on. We talked about it. How is Beasty going to defend against the aggression of the Malians? A civilization notorious for their explosive unit production. And behind this, we can see that it looks like additional cattle ranches are being thrown down. Kiljardi might be thinking about adding in some more cows. We do see another one in queue. So not focusing 100% on military units at this stage. 4th battering ram, 5th battering ram coming through. Jeez, Beasty could be in a little bit of trouble here. Nice little wall comes up towards this top side. Javelins do manage to come in behind the wall somehow. They've found a way in. And now it looks like those villagers have said, okay, you want to have a fight? Go for it. Beasty pulling villagers from everywhere. Top side. Javelins get eaten alive. Manjanique now teeing off. He's going to find plenty of those Donzos. You can see there's a fair few of them on the front. Archers on the back. Beasty doing a decent job. Now chasing away more villagers. Kiljardi trying his best to clean up this town center. There's so many battering rams here. Even the Mangonel can't deal with it. Little bit of a dodge. Able to take out 2 of the javelin throwers. More javelins now looking to tee off towards those villagers. He's lost double-digit villagers now. Beasty has 10 villagers so far. Archers now looking to try and take out a little bit or do a little bit of extra damage here. Mango shot goes wide. Still firing off. The town center will go down. I don't think he can keep it up. He's brought so many villagers to the front. He's trying his hardest. Takes down a battering ram. 3 still alive. Beasty holding on for dear life right here. He needs this town center. If this town center falls, it really stunts his growth as an explosive Ayyubid civilization, and somehow he manages to get by the skin of his teeth. These villagers still somehow are keeping this town center alive, and now brought to the front. The villagers able to take out the battering ram, and what a defense from Beastyqt, demonstrating why he is the best in the game right there. Somehow, some way, pulling out an absolutely absurd 3 TC fast castle for the Ayyubids. How is that even legal? How can he get away with it? He can't keep getting away with this. This is ludicrous. It's absolutely insane how good that defense is. I genuinely can't believe that. That is insanity. That is seriously crazy, man. Wow. Wow. And I tell you what, I mean, beautifully played by Kiljardi. I love the way that he went with the 9 cow opening, and then he's just like, okay, 9 cows, that's enough. Let's go. All in. You know, he could not wait. I love the fact that he couldn't wait to go 20 cows. Because a guy like me, I'm like, if I'm going 10 cows, I may as well go 20. Like, what's the difference between 10 and 20? I can't really tell that far. I'm not the best at maths. Whereas Kiljardi said, well, if I go to 20, my opponent will not only have a 3 TC fast castle, they'll get there safely, they'll be able to pick up the relics straight away, and they'll probably have gulams ready to go. I don't want that. I want to get in there nice and dirty, nice and early. That's exactly what he did, but unfortunately, Beasty somehow managed to find a way through. So very well played to him. Now the question is, where do we go from here? Kiljardi is still looking to go for that town center, and you can see Beasty, he's only healed the town center up to a little bit over halfway, which leaves him vulnerable, I would say. Does he go for a second round? It looks like he indeed will. This is going to be a 5th battering ram coming out. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm still a little bit sick. I don't know if you guys just heard there, I got a little bit of a plugged nose at the moment. So, look, we're dealing with it. We'll get there eventually, but such is life. Such is life. Anyway, Manjanique on the defensive here. Beasty now looking to start picking up relics. He's got 2 of them out. The Dervish need to be careful. They're running straight towards the opponent. Plenty of javelins on the back. Musofadi as well. He could look to send them into, to cloak them actually. Not cloak them, what do we call them? Stealth it. Instead, going to focus the House of Wisdom. He knows that his opponent's only got 2 landmarks. He's going to have to work them down. Musofadi, got to be careful here. I'd love to see him split these Musofadi up a little bit and then look to try and take out the Manjanique, but I think you've got to be so careful about going underneath the town center. Look at this, bringing the Manjanique out. Beasty trying to, and as long as you clear out the enemy forces with the Manjanique, it just leaves the battering rams open. That's exactly what happens now. We'll be forcing back. Does have the Dervish with the relic, slowly picking them up. Going to be a 3rd Dervish coming out. Now on the front side, Musofadi running straight in. Manjanique shot lands. Not going to be looking to get any of that fire out. Veteran archers are here as well. He's got the Gulam archer combo, looking pretty decent. Beasty with 4 or 5 villagers on that backside. We enter into the cinematic mode. Economic advantage at the moment in favor of Beasty by about 20 villagers. But keep in mind, he's lost 1 TC. Still got that 2nd one on the backside though. Manjanique! Oh, it's big damage coming through. You can see he's got no way to deal with this Manjanique. And that's what makes this defense so damn big! Oh my lord! Beasty just tearing apart his opponent. Look at the units on the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor indeed. The landmark, even if it goes down at this point of the game, you just got to say, wow, dude. You can't be losing that many units on a push like this. And I think that's just really where it sits, right? Like, you have to respect the Manjanique. I appreciate the perspective Kiljardi's throwing down right now, where it's like, we gotta try and kill this Ayyubid guy now. But the reality is, how do you deal with a Manjanique like this when there's that many units guarding it? You can't get the Musofadi on top. And the reality is that the javelin throwers just take too long to get through those veteran archers, so the Manjanique is just going to wreak havoc. And once again, Beasty survives by the skin of his teeth. 5 villagers repairing on the back. Manages to hold. Beautifully timed. Incredible defense. We are witnessing a masterpiece once again. somehow, some way, these masterpieces continue to... What was that? Oh my god, he's gone for the big boy! He's doing it! He's getting the big guy out. The Tower of the Sultan, Beastyqt, is going on the offensive now. We are witnessing something of beauty today. I can't believe it. We're going to actually see it right here. Have a look at this. How beautiful is this? 20 minutes into the game. Let's do a little bit of a comparison. 20 villages, the difference. How far ahead is Kiljardi? Let's find out. He's sitting at about 2,400 income compared to Beastyqt, who's sitting at about... Ooh, he's at actually quite a bit right here. About 2,600, 2,700, somewhere around that region. So it looks like Beastyqt is ahead on that economy. So the cows not that strong just yet. But remember, the cows have been buffed. I think they were buffed about, what, 6 months ago. They now get the mill upgrade. So basically, every age that you go up and you get your mill upgrade, they further increase in food gathering. But not just that, it also stacks with the Grand Fulani Corral, which increases the amount of food that your cattle are gathering. So now all of a sudden, you're going to go from having these 18 cows that are producing a mediocre amount of food to having a lot of food. And this is part of the reason why going to Castle Ages the Malians is really, really important. So the next thing we're going to be looking for is central control of these gold sites. This map is called Golden Pit for a very good reason. Just because all the gold is stationed or centered towards the center. It's centered towards the center. Good English, Drongo. You've got two small gold veins that you start off with, and that's it. After that, you have to move into the middle. There's no neutral trading posts, so you can't get traders out on this map. There are, of course, relics, and there are other ways that you can gather gold. Say, as an example, if you're the English, then you can get your I was going to say tithe barns, but that obviously doesn't work. You would get your... What's it called? If you're playing the English, you would get your... Bro. Drongo. This isn't long COVID, Drongo. This is just Drongo... his brain not functioning well. You know, when the farms get the little fences around them? Enclosures! Thank you! Enclosures. Gosh. Yeah, sometimes you just can't do it. Sofa warriors are out. This is the power spike right here. Imported armors on the way through here. Expect to see plenty more. And look at this. They've spotted out a Manjanique in the middle of the map. Kiljardi says, hey, a free Manjanique? Don't mind if I do. Picks it up. Only loses 1 sofa. 2 sofa. 3 sofa. How many sofas would you like to lose? I feel like we're in a bit of a tough spot, but now have a look at the defense that's coming in. A large amount of sofa have arrived to the party. There's a camel in here. Wait, the dervish provides camel unease? Get out of town. I can't believe that we're seeing that right now. It looks like it will. He's trying to focus it down. You can see he's doing his best. Unfortunately, unable to take it out. The camel still providing that unease. Sofa warrior on the front line here. Look at the dervish just coming up to the front. He's bringing it out. Beastyqt looking to push through here. So many archers on the back. Tower of the Sultan towering over the battlefield right now, but it looks like Kiljardi will be able to hold on. And now that transition is beginning. We can see it. It's going to be the archer sofa transition. This transition is one of the scariest in Age of Empires. It starts out and the Malian player is going for javelins. He's having a good time. Never really gets to... Phew, that was an explosion right there. Never really goes to more than 30 javelins. Throws a couple donzos in there, maybe a couple Musafati like we saw in this game. And then once Castle Age comes around, they transition those guys out. Then they get the imported armor for the sofa, which is where you start to see these crazy numbers of armor. And pair it with the archer, which has got access to poison arrows. And that's where you really start to get crazy numbers. We've also got precision training in Imperial Age to look forward to, but we'll be keeping an eye out for poisoned arrows from Kiljardi's side. Sofa warrior, unfortunately, going to run into a whole bunch of spears. Have they picked up their phalanx upgrade? It looks like they have. So, you know, these spears are going to be absolutely destroying any cavalry. And unfortunately, Kiljardi not paying attention again. We'll lose 2 more Sofa warrior right there. Needs to start working the extremities of the base. Of course, one of the things one of the things that the Malians are notorious for is just hitting you from all these different angles with Sofa. Sofa are just so effective at doing it because of that extra little bit of armor. We do hear that 5th and final relic being picked up. Where is it? It's got to be somewhere safe in the back of the base, I'm assuming. I got no idea where that 5th relic was, but I'm sure it's going to be safe in the hands of Kiljardi. So a 4-1 relic split at the moment. At the moment, a bit of a almost 40 villager difference. Triple mangonel, and a keep going to be coming in on the front side of this gold vein, securing up at the very least 2 gold veins here for Beastyqt and denying out 2 from his opponent. Meanwhile, Kiljardi is quite happy with his position. No stone at the moment. He's got no villagers on stone, but has just recently switched over the Mansa Quarry to stone. Triple mango. Triple mango. This is right here. This amount of mangonels is the amount of mango. Oh, stealth. 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 Musafati making their way to the back. They're going to oh my lord. Huge hits on the front line though. They managed to do a triple. Have a look at that. The keep does come up. Boiling oil's on the way through. Big man Janique shot. Comes out, takes out all the javelin. You need to respect this. I'm sorry, but you need to respect this. We need to see Springald's out. You cannot allow this to roam the map freely. We have been, throughout this game already, very disrespectful to Manjaniques. We will not do it again. Nice little bait out on that shot towards the front. Now, looks like the sofa's coming through. Beastyqt not paying attention. Manjaniques! Manjaniques! Oh, where are the Manjaniques? Why are they on the front of the on the front? Now there's a couple more units that will be there, but unfortunately it looks like for Kiljardi, that Manjanique, the final one will not go down. Beastyqt comes out of his shell just before those last golds do run out. But speaking of last golds, have a look at this. More villagers were going down. How many more did we lose? I don't see too many bodies on the ground here. Looks like for the most part, he's only taken out a handful of villagers. But the Sofa were doing what they do best behind the scenes, and that is killing villagers. They are notorious for it. He spotted out a couple more villagers, and now Beastyqt, he's down 40 villagers at the moment, or rather up 40 villagers at the moment, but expect that to change quickly as both sacred sites are now captured by the Malian player. He continues to put pressure. Oh my god, speaking of pressure, no, the Springald. No Springald kisses. Not today. Manjanique gets some good damage in on this. Big shots coming in. He's doing a great job of sieging. Beastyqt really taking on that role of Fire God today. Oh, he's getting a couple of shots back there. Look at the range on this bad boy, dude. It is crazy because he's hitting the pit mine, but it just goes over the top of it. Spearman on the north looking to deny that sacred site out. Should be able to find it as well. Kiljardi behind on that military count now, but does have a number of things working for him. Keep in mind that if he can make it to Imperial Age, he'll be in a strong position with the Sofa Warrior. An incredible unit in the Imperial Age, especially with those upgrades when they start to stack on up. Looks like he's exhausted, almost exhausted that 8,000 gold in the center. He's already got that 4K in the back, or not already, but also got that 4K in the back, just in case things go bad. He can always fall back on it, but one of the big mistakes I feel like he's made, he hasn't secured the center. A single keep in this position denies the center, and it looks like he's not going to be able to do that. Now Beastyqt looks to dive in, says, you're no longer going to be gathering gold around these parts, my friend. Mango's nowhere to be seen. 3 Springalds and a siege workshop, and absolutely nothing to show. Unfortunately, no Mango, no nothing. A Mangonel, he would actually be really, really clutch. But so far, so good on the defense. It's just going to be a bit of a slow one. You can see the archer numbers are still pretty decent here. Javelins doing work. We hear units behind the scenes under attack. It's probably going to be Sofa. Indeed it is. You can hear them. And Beastyqt's thrown down a keep towards that south side. North side, he's picked up another sacred site. Not another sacred site, but the first sacred site. And we start to see the first rat Dota attempt by Beastyqt. For anybody who doesn't know what rat Dota is, in Dota, you've got 3 lanes, right? And very often what you'll see is like 5 players just straight down the mid lane. Like it's a man fight, right? Like 5 of my guys, 5 of your guys, and I'll see you there at 15 minutes, right? The same thing that we do in Age of Empires 4. We wall off the sides and we meet in the middle. Exactly what Beastyqt's doing, right? Like this is what we typically call just, you know, he's man fighting. But this is what we call ratting, where you send one player off or a couple of summons up towards the top or the bottom, and you just be annoying. And you will eventually look to try and win through doing annoying things like this, but it's really, I think it's called Rat Dota just because you're being a rat. That's really what it is. You are just being an absolute rat here, doing this silly little stuff. At least I think that's where it comes from. If I've made a mistake, please don't hold it against me. I'm just a silly drongo. No, I'm pretty confident that is. I used to play Dota quite a bit back in the day. I was having a look at my account because one of my good friends IRL plays Dota. And I was like, yeah, I think I was pretty good back in the day. And I had a look. You want to know the hero that I played in Dota? You guys are going to hate me for this. Brood. Dude, I spammed Brood. I actually played SF back in Hon. But then, like, Brood, I worked out how to play her. And I got really good at playing Brood Mother. And, oh, man, it was so much fun. It was like the good old days. You could, like... I remember being able to like 2v1 people in the lane, dude. I was level 2 and I was killing people. Oh god, it was so much fun. Anyway, those days are long gone. What was the reason I stopped playing Dota? I think it was, I can't even remember. I don't even remember why I stopped playing Dota. I played it so long ago that they didn't even have ranked. And I remember when ranked came out and I joined in, I got completely destroyed, dude, because they changed Brood. But now look at this push coming out. Beasty, he's on the defensive once again. It's not the first time and definitely won't be the last time this game. Mangonel shot, big shot on the back line, comes through. Javelin thrower numbers still really high here. I don't know why he's got so many javelins still in this game. Needs to look to transition to those archers. The Musofati have done a decent job of cleaning up the front line here. And now the Mangonel comes in and looks to rain upon the parade of these villagers. He immediately evacuates from this gold vein. Moves over towards that top side and all sacred sites once again captured, but this time it's going to be for the Beast. Javelin numbers looking really good here. No siege to really deal with this outpost. You've got to be careful of the boiling oil, Kiljardi. And indeed, unfortunately, he deals with that the hard way. Double sprinkled on the back. Villagers once again. No way is he going to be able to keep this alive again. This guy just keeps all of the buildings alive, dude, all the time. There's 3 trebuchets out here. You can't be keeping this alive. It's not possible. It's not legal. You're just going to use all your resources on it, but somehow he's doing it. Culverin's out. Wait, Beasty hit Imperial? I wasn't even watching. How did he hit Imperial? It must have been in the fight. And he's gone into the military wing. He's got reinforcements that are arriving soon. 35 seconds to go, and he's going to have a whole bunch of units ready to go. Was that what we witnessed before? It could be. And somehow this keep is still staying alive right now. I feel like he's singing the Bee Gees as he's just... At this stage of the game, Beasty is... We can literally just call him Beastyqt, because he is refusing to give up on these buildings. They are staying alive. Elite archers come through. He's got Mamluk Bravery. Damage increased by 25 per second and movement speed increased by 20% for 10 seconds after killing a unit. This only applies to the single unit that gets the last hit, by the way. And now Beasty looking to really push through. Have a look at this. Kiljardi, 110 population. Beasty on the aggressive rather. Where are they? Where are those reinforcements? Oh, Beasty's max. He's at 200 population. He can't even get them right now. Quadruple trebuchet did eventually come out, but look at this. Beasty never went into any more siege. He had like 3 Manjaniques that came out, and that was it. And from there, every investment that's gone into siege here from Kiljardi has been rather meaningless, with the exception of maybe those trebuchets doing a little bit of work. Now more units on the other side. Beasty looking to really start playing Rat Age of Empires 4. Quadruple on that top. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to find anything. They're looking to convert. Manganique comes out. Mangonel rather comes out. It's hard when they look the same. They don't do the same thing. Well, not called the same. More sofas arriving. Where's that military production? Kiljardi on 67 villages. He's lost a lot of villages, in fact. He's lost a huge amount of villages. He was quite high on the villager count. He's lost 28 workers this game. Beasty's just managed to do one behind the scenes. And have a look at the control that he's exerting upon this map. Stone walls across the majority of it, if not almost all of it. You can see the only part of the map that doesn't have stone walls is this central little location right here. The rest of it completely covered. And now he's just building up like an onion. Every single bit of it. Absolutely beautiful defense from Beasty. This whole game has just been Beasty defending by the skin of his teeth, bringing it together, and then finally at the end, it looks like he will be able to overcome his opponent. But every single time we watch a Beasty game, it's like watching a Viper game. He just knows how to push the limit exactly and make sure that he has enough units to survive just by the skin of his teeth every single time. Reinforcements have now arrived. It's the elite Desert Raider. They're coming out. They're bringing their party ships. What do you even call these weapons? These party swords out. Mangonel struggling to keep it alive here. You can see the numbers are starting to overwhelm Kiljardi on the defensive. And right now, Beasty is just miles ahead. Market? Where are you trading? Who are you trading? What? You ain't trading to anybody in this corner of the map, mate. Oh, Beasty's got the market. Wait, Beasty dropped the market to drop a keep. Oh, my lord, Beasty. Oh, that's why the market's there. He threw down the market with the villagers so he could buy the stone to put the keep down. Oh, you are so cheeky. Now looking to throw down a little bit more stuff in this corner. 34 minutes into this game, Beasty with the elite spears is now going to be able to seal the deal here. Elite spears are really what are going to finish this off. You can see there's a distinct lack of archers from Kiljardi. He never looked to go into the archers, which is so important to go into because that's what complement your Sofa Warriors perfectly in these fights. And now the Desert Raiders once again coming through. Beasty yet to pick up that biology upgrade. But now those Desert Raiders will be running past. And Beasty from a defensive position, now able to push off with the battering rams past his opponent's front line and just make his way towards the production with these rams. And you want to know something? I don't think there's any way Kiljardi's going to be holding this. Beasty with 144 economic population at the moment. Talk about square and 12. Look at that. That's a math reference. You guys get that? I've been doing some math lately, but you know who's going to be doing some math after this game? Kiljardi. He's going to be back on the drawing board trying to work out where it all went wrong. Fellas, go check him out. I'll leave links in the description where you can catch him later. Wow. I'm speechless. What an insane defense there from Beasty. Absolute incredible stuff.